Hey everybody, Crypto Mentor 99 here. It is still January the 14th, and just as I promised, I made a fire and I'm doing a video. So, this is a real live example of the questions I get either on my channel or via email, which my email is cryptomentor99 at yahoo.com. Okay, so I'm going to assume this is a serious question because I'm going to answer it in a serious way. But Sean, a subscriber, asked me, I have $1,000 to invest. What coins or tokens should I invest in? And he seemed like a younger person. I'm like, well, that's a really good question, number one. Okay. Hopefully, the teachers in your schools growing up would always teach you there's never a dumb question. Okay. So, again, I'm like this all the time in real life, trying to help people and point them in the right direction. The first thing I would say, Sean, and you may not believe this, but you are your best money manager. Like some people are in the stock market and they go to like a brokerage house and they sign up and they just kind of give someone their 401k or um, I don't know. I'll just say it like this. That's one way to do it. Okay. Um, but when you do I read this article once, and this was before fake news came out, so I don't think it's fake fake news. But over time, if you do your own due diligence, you can actually outperform what a financial advisor or stockbroker would recommend. So I'm not saying you need to spend hours and hours and hours, but anyhow, so back to your question. So before I answer your question, I would ask you, I have 100 questions that I would want to ask you, for real. So I would ask you what your age is, and why would I ask you that? Well, I would ask you that because let's say that you're 20 years old and you live in an apartment that you could barely afford and you're making minimum wage. You see how your $1,000 has a different, um, I'm going to say, expectation of someone who's 30, is married, and is a CEO of a company. Okay? So your age and kind of where you're at in life, right? So, um, do you have a savings account? Like, is $1,000 you want to throw into the crypto space? And that's not a bad word, throw into the crypto space. Um, is that your only form of savings? Do you have a retirement account? If so, do you um, participate on a weekly basis or monthly basis with your company? What kind of investor are you? What do you mean, Crypto Mentor 99? Well, do you want to invest for 6 months and then make some money and get out? If you said yes to that, uh, again, not giving investment advice. If you wanted to get out of something in 6 months, uh, look at Cardano. If you want to get out of something in and out of the market in 6 months, look at Cardano. Look at Litecoin. What would be another one? Look at Digibyte, not Digipulse, Digibyte, DGB. Look at that. Again, there's a million of them. Well, those are three relatively inexpensive ones that I'll just kind of throw out. Are you a long-term investor? or if any, not just Sean, the people that, if you're a long-term investor, again, I could name a million of them, right? Litecoin. I've always liked Ethereum. I don't think Ethereum's going to go away, contrary to what some people say. Again, Digibyte. I don't like Ripple so much, but I don't like Ripple for the reason most people don't like Ripple. They call it the bankster coin. Um, and I know you got to be true to yourself, but hey, if someone could triple their money in a month or two and then get out, wouldn't you want to do that? Depends on, like, my dad, who's passed away, but when my uncle used to invest my dad's money. He was a stockbroker, and my dad would tell my uncle that he never liked to invest in a company that was like unethical, or that's not the right way to say it. But my dad didn't want to put his money in any quote unquote shady organizations or get rich quick, or so my uncle abided by my dad's financial requirements or financial wishes when he invested my dad's money, right? Over the years, not just a one-time shot. So with Sean, um, could you afford to lose $1,000? Like, would that hurt your lifestyle? Not that anybody, would want to lose $1,000, and frankly, I don't think you're going to. But let's say, well, I guess I just said Cardano. I think it's at $1. Okay, could you sink all of that in Cardano, and then if something happens and it's 3 months, that's going to have a huge negative effect on your lifestyle? Well, then I wouldn't be investing $1,000 in cryptos. You see what I mean? I would put that $1,000 towards like an emergency fund. Like some financial advisors say, hey, you should have a couple months of an emergency fund in case you get laid off, your car breaks, or your car breaks and your girlfriend's car breaks, or your wife's, you know what I'm saying? Like for those emergencies. And when I got Sean's question, I thought of a gentleman who I believe was in Europe a couple months ago, because he was talking about euros. And hey, I've got, X amount of euros. Where should I invest it? And I kind of asked him the same questions. How old are you? Um, do you want to do, Sean, I would ask this to you, do you want to do dollar cost averaging? So in other words, let's say that you pick, the number doesn't make any difference, 2, 3, 4, 5 different cryptos, and every year put $1,000 towards it. So in other words, Cardano, Litecoin, some of the other ones that I mentioned, maybe you want to buy $1,000 of those once a month, once a quarter, twice a year, or once a year. So no matter if the price goes up, a lot of people say on YouTube, oh, I've missed, I load the boat, buy the dips. Well, obviously, right? But if you do dollar cost averaging, you don't really care what the price was a month ago. You really don't. Or what the price is going to be 3 months from now, because you're just buying, again, every week, every month, every quarter. So you asked a good question, but to say, where should I put $1,000? It depends on what your financial goals are and what you're trying to achieve. And if you're young, you probably don't have all those answers yet, right? But again, I'll just throw this out. If you want to get in and get out in less than 6 months, I would go with Cardano or Litecoin. And then take your money and do whatever you want. If you're more, and those are just mine, those subscribers, when you see this video, tell me what you're interested in or what Sean should do, or throw out a couple, right? So, Sean, maybe that doesn't answer your question as specifically as you wanted, but Um, but I'm trying to give you a few guidelines that just kind of simple 101 financial advice. Oh, did I say financial advice? Non-financial advice. The advice, how about this? The advice that I've learned over the years and that my friends and financial advisors have told me. So if I were to call and open up an account at whatever, XYZ company and say to the guy, hey, I've got $10,000, what stock should I buy? Not that that's an unfair question, but the guy would probably want, or the girl, or the lady, right, would probably want to ask me, hey, what are your financial objectives? What are you trying to do? Do you have a savings account? So I think you kind of get the point. I don't want to be long-winded here. If I have been, I apologize. I was going to do this on a live stream, but I think it's going to be more fun when I get 1,000 subscribers. Then I could do like the live chat, which would be kind of cool. So, but yeah, Sean, really, you are your best financial advisor. And sometimes I found over the years, not just with finances, you don't want to have too many people kind of like speaking into your life, because then you're going to get, 8 different opinions. And that's one of the things that I like about YouTube and one of the things that I don't like about YouTube. I mean, you could get goofy listening to everybody's price predictions, and again, they're all well-meaning and they probably have good intentions, but I mean, really, this crypto space, from what I can tell, I mean, it's a new area, right? So for someone to go, oh, in 3 years it'll be this, or I don't know, like I'm not a chartist. I don't really, I've never done good with trying to chart. That was never like an interest of mine. You would think that it would be, but it wasn't. But Sean, back to you. Anyhow, Crypto Mentor 99. Just kind of throwing out my opinion or my advice because you asked me. Uh, my son, I mean, I'll just give you a real life example. My son called me, um, well, he lives about a block, no, about 2 blocks away. We talk a lot, but he called me, oh, there was a lot of buzz around Litecoin, like what, like the end of the year, like mid to late December. He's like, Pops, I got 3 grand. What do I do with it? I'll be honest with you. I said, open an account on Litecoin. Litecoin. Open an account on Coinbase and dump it into Litecoin for a while. And I'm sure by March you'll be happy. Now, his situation, he's a small business owner. He's self-employed. He's married. He makes a good income. Would he want to lose 3,000? Absolutely not. Would I want to lose 3,000 for him? Absolutely not. I'm his father. But he's got not money to burn. He has more discretionary income than a lot of his friends his age, and he's 30. So my point is, Sean, I don't know if you have 1,000 just to throw anywhere, or if that would make a difference in your lifestyle, or what your short-term, medium-term, or long-term financial investment goals are. So anyhow, let me know what you think. Sean, get back to me, brother. Um, Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, share this with others, and they may benefit from it. They may not benefit by it. But yeah, that's what was on the mind of Crypto Mentor 99. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.